It's been a while since I last participated in a game jam. It was 5 months ago. I made a video about it. Anyway, I took part in the 1-week-long Scream Secrets jam, where I had to make a horror game. I wanted to make a game where you are a kid, and you think your dad killed your mom, but at the end, there's a twist, and it turns out he's actually innocent. Well, I didn't really have time to implement this twist properly, because I had other things to do on the final day of the jam, so I had to finish one day early. I started by importing this amazing house asset pack. You might have seen it if you played Clap Clap, a short horror game which was popular a few months ago. Then I added some volumetric lights, because I love volumetric lights, they are great, and volumetric, and everything. I also had to manually add colliders to every single object, because these auto-generated colliders were bad, and the player always stuck to every single objects. It was fucking annoying. Yeah, maybe I didn't add colliders to every single object, you can pass through some of them. I also didn't want the player to walk around the streets, because they would just walk out of the map, so I added these invisible borders, which teleport you back to your starting position, and activate this dialogue. As you can see, this time I used Dialogic instead of my own dialogue system, because it was better in basically every way. As you can see, I just have to add a few lines of text. I can even add a character to it, so it displays the speaker's name during the dialogue. And I can even call functions from my autoloaded scripts. I mainly use it to activate events, or set my dialogue active variable to true or false, so I can disable the player movement when there's a dialogue. I can play the timeline from this editor, so you can test it out before you program it in the game. Then I programmed the doors, so you can open and close them, except if they're locked. In that case, I activate a dialogue. Oh, and you can also turn the lights on or off. I add this feature to every game, and it's still just as pointless. So here's how the doors work. They have a few variables, a boolean to check if it's locked or not, and another one that checks if it's open or closed. And I have a reference to my animation player that plays the opening and closing animations. I'm handling the door opening and closing logic in my interaction raycast script. I made a tutorial on how my interaction system works, you can check it out, and the game's source code is available on my Patreon. Then, for the father character I used this free asset. I already used him in the Mines of Balan for my Soviet soldiers, and I also use it in the Faceless Killer for the kid. Wishlist the Faceless Killer on Steam. I made a few adjustments to make him look creepier, like the wide eye, and this creepy smile. He also has blood on his arms, which might be ketchup actually, we never find out during the game. When we talk to him, we can choose our dialogue option. Both lead to the same outcome, so it's nothing special, I just wanted to experiment with it. This walking up the stairs animation was more time consuming to make than you might think. After we eat our pizza, we have to go upstairs to sleep. There are also a few great books laying around here. During the night, we want to find some proof in our father's room to find out if he was the one who killed our mom. So we have to create a distraction in the kitchen. We push this blender, and the father will come running down the stairs. We use this time to sneak into his bedroom, locking the door behind us. In the room we find the father's pistol, and a key to the basement. We shoot our dad, then head into the basement, which is actually just a garage. Then we find out that our dad didn't kill our mom, it was just the work of some crazy cult. Yeah, I know. I already told you I didn't have enough time to work on the twist. So yeah, that's the end of the game. Anyway, I have a few video projects I'm working on, and none of them is the Faceless Killer devlog, because I needed a break, but don't worry, there will be some interesting videos in the future, like programming a Formula 1 simulator, making a game in a low-level framework like Pygame or Monogame, or learning WebDev-owned CPU architecture. Stay tuned, and subscribe to the channel. Bye!